more than certain the U.S. team is going to be in the Olympics. We all kind of know that.
For local entrepreneur, athlete, and founder Melchor Manibusan, Cauliflower Culture is dedicated to combat sport athletes who have endured pain, sweat, and blood to become masters of their sport through intense training and a rigorous lifestyle. Simply put, the brand understands and caters to the unique passion that comes with the strict discipline of all ring, mat, cage, and mixed martial arts, from boxing and MMA to rugby and sumo.
I wanted to do something different for wrestling, and I wanted to launch the brand this summer, but I have really good friends that are coaches in the Korean team, Japan team, the US wrestling team, so I wanted to start just with them and then work into the university. So I want to get with the Guam national team, US national team, Japan national team.
Manibusan said that was the initial plan. When certain individuals got wind of his endeavor, things kind of changed.
The UFC Fan Expo favorite one of our posts, I would say like April 12th. So April 19th, he sent me an invitation. Hey, Melchor, you're launching your brand this summer. You know, good luck to you. I invite you to launch your brand with the UFC, and however, you know, we'll give you X amount of followers. I think it'll be a great thing for your brand. Why don't you click on this link and check us out?
He says he brushed it off thinking it was a joke. That is, until he got a follow-up message.
April 23rd, he shot me another email, goes, hey, and like ... have you gone to our package? You know, if you're launching a brand this summer, this is part of your culture. Why don't you launch with us? You know, we'll give you 40 million viewers, we'll give you passes, we'll help you blow up your brand and take your brand to the next level.
So after some brief contemplation, Manibusan saw the UFC Expo as a launching pad.
I ended up signing with them. No one knew what I was doing, not my parents, my wife, no one had an idea, not a clue what I was doing. I just had my design and we just, you know, started to build it, just keep it on the DL and try to, you know, take it from there and see where it'll go.
And sure enough, the brand turned UFC heads.
Now that we launched with the UFC, the guy was right, Brian was right. It will open up the doors to a lot of different avenues, and it has. And all the way, the culture itself would do that, but launching, you know, at the UFC where everyone's going to be there, the right people at the right place at the right time, I think that's what really gave the brand the kick that I needed.
The UFC Expo was held during the first week of July at Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas, and the positive response was a very humbling experience for Manibusan, and it is one that has opened doors for exposure and sponsorship opportunities.
The very next day, we were already on it. So the whole Gracie World Tournament, they're holding the World Tournament in September, but they had the regionals the next week, so I ended up sponsoring their show. And it was a great way to get tapped into the jiu-jitsu community, sponsoring, you know, Gracie's. At one point in time in my life, for 10 years, I was always battling with the Gracies, and then now to do business with them is really, really awesome for me.
Top athletes like MMA fighter Evan Dunham are already representing the Cauliflower Culture lifestyle with their latest apparel, including t-shirts, rash guards, long-sleeve shirts, hats, and more. You'll catch MMA fighter John Tuck and Brad Tavares sporting the latest Cauliflower Culture apparel as they step into the cage to battle for their next titles.
We really turned a lot of heads in all the major organizations, and we got a lot of great responses and everyday responses from all the major marketing people that manage all these fighters. So right now we're looking at, in my pool, I got a total of over about 160 UFC fighters right now that want to be involved with Cauliflower Culture. We got all the major events, as you know, from the UFC to Bellator to, you know, Elite to, ONE FC. We're in PXC too. And just every, you know, every major organization, we're part of them now, one way or another. I think one of the next thing we got going on is this weekend. It's tough. It's in Las Vegas. It's gonna be held on August 1st at the Plaza Casino. And we're sponsoring the actual cage. So our logo will be on the cage, and we're also sponsoring the co-main event and the main event.
And I'm sure many of you are wondering, what is Cauliflower Culture? Manibusan says it's a brand catering to the Collies. He explains.
When you look at Collies, you know, it's I would like to say we're a different breed of people. You know, we're not the average tennis player or golfer, you know. When you look at a person with Collies, you know, whether they have a small break or from their jaw, their nose, both ears are smashed. You know that the dude is one naughty guy that cannot keep still, or he's one tough up for them, you know what I mean? I've been in this situation at least 1,000 times. You're in the airport, in the mall, and we walk by, and we size up each other, and the guy sees my ear, I see his ear, we just have that nod. It's just that nod, that exchange of acknowledgement. Like, I don't know what you do, what sport you're in, but you're all banged up, so you deserve my nod. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like that mutual respect.
But he says the brand is also for the amazing and loyal fans.
We are the entertainers, but the fans are the ones that create the show for us too as well, right? I mean, they pay us, they help us out in many different ways, they motivate us, and a lot of us are fueled by the fans. And I think, you know, that's just what it is. It's a brand catering to collies worldwide, and anyone that has collies, this is your brand.
Follow Cauliflower Culture's journey and support the one community that truly understands your love for combat sports and all it involves with exclusive Cauliflower Culture apparel and clothing. Check them out on www.cauliflowerculture.com and follow on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.